Hey, it's Robin with Stamp with Dr. Robin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in San Diego, California, where it is beautiful and high 60s, low 70s, so can't complain. Had a nice walk this morning, so hopefully we'll get some people to join me here today because we're going to make some Valentine's Day cards. And this is kind of, I don't know, I guess part two from last week. Where we made Valentine's cards with the Sweet Conversations bundle, and we're going to do that again today. So, trying to see if we're coming on live here, because I haven't seen anything yet, so hoping that this pops up. Anyway, so I don't think I have much more, any new news from Stampin' Up. Same stuff going on. We've got our why can't I think today? Celebration, just a little bit of a brain fart there. Celebration going on where you can get free stuff with $50 or $100 purchase. I'm actually not using any free stuff today, so mostly just using the Sweet Conversations set because it's time to make Valentine's. Hey, Carolyn, thanks for joining on here. Anyway, so the only other thing I'm going to put you down now is what's coming up, which is this Here Together set. And I'm good. The Here Together set has this bundle with the stamp set with, I love the little hand hearts, and a matching die set and matching paper, black and white paper, mostly black and white paper. And the thing that I find exciting that I haven't gotten around to buying yet are these new natural tone stamping blends, and there's 5 different sets. And instead of having light and dark with these, they're actually 2 different colors. So there's light, medium light, I guess, medium, deep, and deep, and can make all sorts of different tones by just mixing them together. So I'm kind of excited about that. So I'll let you guys see what I get them. But anyway, we're going to be using the Sweet Talk set. So this is on page 8 and 9 of the new mini catalog. And if you don't have one, let me know. And I can send you one if you don't have a demonstrator you're working with. And we're going to be working today a little bit of the paper, a little bit of the stamp set and dies. We're going to be using this really cool gingham embossing folder. I don't think we're using gems today. But anyway, so, whoops. Again, here's the set. I wanted to show you something that I just got recently. These are the Stampin Storage little, I think they're 5x7 magnetic boards that I like to store mine on. And I just got these little plastic sleeves. You could write the name up here, but I guess I'm just kind of used to putting them on here. But the reason I got these is I have this die that I found in my little box where I keep all my dies together, and I have no idea what it goes to. And it has a number on the back, a Sizzix number, but I've still been unable to figure out where it goes. So I figure this way, if they fall off, instead of falling in the box into Never Never Land like that die has, that these will keep them all together. So that's my little tip of the day, I guess I'd call it. So here's the first card we're going to make. And I've been making, for some reason, these Z-fold cards a lot. I don't know, I just find them so easy and so cool and so different. And, you know, they can also stand up well if somebody wants to display them. And so I'm just now noticing for the first time this is a little crooked, but oh well. So is my life. So let's get going on making that card. So the first thing you need is, this is a piece of Pool Party, and it is 11 by 4 1/4. And then you probably can't see, but it has been embossed. So first thing is it's embossed at 5 1/2, which is just fold it in half. And then it's also embossed at 2 3/4, which is half of 5 1/2, and so that is getting folded back on itself. Okay, and then we have a couple pieces of the paper from the Sweetheart collection, and these are 2 5/8 by 4 1/8. So basically, whoops, that's not how it goes. Let's try that again. That goes on this part. It's just going to leave a little 1/8" border all the way around, so you might as well put these on. Isn't this paper fun? It's just so happy. And it's not truly just for Valentine's Day. I mean, you could really use this. Isn't that cute too? You could use this for, you know, birthday card even. I love the striped one. You could use it for an anniversary card, so it's pretty versatile. The paper doesn't say Happy Valentine's Day on it. And then I also just have a piece of white, the same 2 5/8 by 4 1/8. We're actually going to make 2 cards today, so be prepared to go a little faster than normal. So we got that all ready. So next step is we're going to stamp some little hearts on here, and we're actually stamping in a couple different colors. This is one of the scallop contour dies, and we are going to stamp this. Sweet Conversations has 2 of these filled in hearts. This is the, or actually no, 3 of them. This is the bigger of the bunch. And this is a, I don't know if you can see it on here. It's one of those distinctive ones. Well, you'll be able to tell when I do this. So I'm going to stamp a red one right in the middle. See how it's not like 100% filled in, and that's because of the distinctive part. And then we're going to do one on each edge. Oops. And then I'm actually going to clean this off. Oh, actually, before I do that, where's my envelopes? Let's stamp some envelopes because we're going to want that for the future before I clean off my pretty red. And we're doing 2 cards today, so. All right, so let's clean off the red here. And then we have some Highland Heather that we're going to stamp with also. Looks like I got some, see that red down in there too. Let's get that off. All right, so we got some Highland Heather, and that's going to go just in between the 2. Every time I stamp with this, these little hearts, these distinctive ones, each little heart comes out a little different. I don't know if it's meant to or I'm just stamping different, but that just seems to happen. All right, I'm going to put this over to the side for a minute because next thing we need to do, I've got just this 1/2" piece of red, real red here, and we're going to emboss our Happy Valentine's Day on it. So cleaned it off with the embossing buddy. That if you don't have an embossing buddy, because Stampin' Up decided they were going to stop making them, much to our chagrin, then what you need to do is just get like a drier sheet. All right, we got our little Versamark here, and this is our Happy Valentine's Day. Just right in the middle, pushing firmly. And then we've got our white embossing powder in my expensive Dollar Tree little holder. Priya is watching me. Hi, Priya. Now that, I'm not sure, came out so great on the happy here. See how that's a little smushed? Well, we'll see what happens when we try to emboss with it. We may end up not liking it. It's going to get loud here for a second because I'm turning on my heat gun. So Priya is my daughter's mother-in-law, who I'm guessing wants to come on and say hi and take a look because she's trying to figure out how it is that I make those cards that they send. Oh, I love embossing. See the magic of it when it just starts changing like that? I guess we can see that that says Happy Valentine's Day. All right, good enough. All right, let's just cut that down a little bit. I think that one side looks good. And then we'll cut it down on this side. All right, don't need that. I'm going to take a couple dimensionals, stick them on here. It's just so pretty. I just love these sets that have the distinctive. Hopefully my head's not getting in the way. All right, and then we're going to put this on here, but we don't want to put the glue it or we're going to use dimensionals all the way over, or you won't be able to open. So we just want it on this half. So I'm going to go like this, turn it over, and put my hand over the half that I don't want to put dimensionals on. That's what helps me get it in there correctly. Otherwise, we won't be opening this up at all, ever. Okay, Priya, when you come to San Diego, I'm going to teach you how to do this. And then just kind of try and center it on there. Now we have one more thing because I had a little detail down here. Don't know if you noticed that. But that little detail were these little hearts. So let's bring in our little cut embossing machine. This is the little baby one that just sits on my desk right here. And for this one, we're going to use the little outline of the heart that this cuts out. Oops, did I get it on there right? But we're also going to use the little hearts that this cuts out of the inside on the next card. All right. Whoops. Well, that's okay because we don't need that anymore. All right, so see how it cuts like this? Well, we're not going to throw these away. So they're just going to stay sitting right here because we are going to use them on the next card that we're making today. Because you got a two for today. So this is just going to go glued right here, but I'm going to take off that last little one because we don't need him. And you never know that there was 6 of them on here. And let's do our little gluing trick because I think it'll also make it easier when we go to glue those little hearts. So you can either use our silicone mat, or today I just have a piece of wax paper and a little bit of, whoops, I just don't want to get those in here. All right, and so this just gives you just a little bit of glue. That's all you need. They don't need to be covered in glue. right, now I can't send this Valentine's card to Priya because she's on here, or my daughter. Okay. All right, one card done. Cute, isn't it? And then you got just a little, whoops. Let's get this a little straighter here. Got a little bit to write on, but not a lot. So that's one card. But I figured if I was able to do this correctly, we could make a second card. So let's do that. So card number 2, this is what I keep all my little card stuff in. See those little hearts? Those are the little hearts that we cut out of the other. So let me get everything we need for this one. Whoops. Okay, so this, I don't know if you can see this. This is the new gingham embossing folder. These are little hearts. This is, whoops. This, I don't know if you noticed this die, but this die makes this adorable little envelope, and I cut it out of the little sparkly glimmer paper, the Fresh Freesia glimmer paper. So as long as I have this out, I will show you how to make that. You just fold up all the little corners there. I mean, all the little sides that, see how it has a little embossing there. Now, there's 2 ways here you could do this. If you're just going to leave it like this, you could put a couple glue dots underneath. But because we have these cute little hearts that we're going to use everywhere, I'm going to take one of my little teeny baby dimensionals, my mini dimensionals, and I'm going to use that to hold together. Isn't that adorable? Don't you just want to make a million of these? So cute. Okay, so let's do this card. Let's finish making this card. So first thing is just a regular card base, and this is 8.5 by 5.5. Excuse me, yeah, 8.5 by 5.5. Scored at 4 1/4. And then I already did this because I was worried we were going to run out of time here. This is the gingham embossing folder, and I embossed it already in some of the Highland Heather. I don't know that this has a side. I think it's actually the same on both sides. And then to make I'm going to get this out of the way. The next layer, which you can see kind of just peeking out under here, is real red that was 2.5 by, well, it's not quite 5.5, so 5 3/8. And I took this little edge piece from the Scallop Contours die set. You guys all know this is like my favorite die set. Probably my most used die set in the catalog. And I did this, cut it out already on one side. But I wanted to show you how I like to do that by showing you the other side. So I don't know if you noticed, but this was almost at the edge, just a little bit over. And so that's kind of how you want it when you're doing it on this side, so that it's kind of even. Now I have some little pieces of washi tape. See, this is right on the edge. And then what I do is I tape a little bit of it to the paper and some of it off actually to the little clear piece, so that it will keep it in place before I run it through. Sometimes these things like to jump. It doesn't matter on some things because it's going to be, you know, something that you have a big enough piece that you're cutting out. But when you're trying to be precise here, it's nice to have the little bit of washi tape. We don't have any washi tape right now, so if you don't have any, just, you know, get some of that painter's tape would be fine also. All right. The thing about the painter's tape or the washi tape is, notice you can peel this off without tearing your paper. So that's going to be the next piece. And then I've got actually a different piece of designer series paper that is just 2 inches wide. So this one was 2.5, and see what happens when you cut it down. So let's just get some, glue that down. And just have that little bit showing. You could use, you know, the basic border dies. There's a nice border edge. I can't remember. I think it's in the peony dies. That is really nice also. Don't overlook these kind of things when you're looking at die sets. It's kind of like how you have to notice the the sets that have, you know, words in them as opposed to just the pictures. Now with the vellum, I've told you kind of have to be a little careful with putting a ton of glue to glue these things on. A glue dot works well, but I figure since we have this glue out already, if you put, because the only place that's really covered is where that heart is, but if you just put this little bit of glue on, it's not going to be noticeable. So some of the vellum, it's going to be noticeable if you do a lot of that. I'm just going to try to kind of keep this up a little bit so that they'll notice that it's really an envelope. All right, so let's glue all these little hearties down before. Where did my glue go? Oh, here it is. Before I lose these little hearts, let's get them glued down. And notice I'm just using the extra little glue that was sitting here from before. I've got a couple more and we can put them on the inside if we want to. So now we need just our little sentiment. And I'm just using the same little Happy Valentine's Day that we used before, only this time we're doing it in red. Now, I didn't even wash this off. You really don't have to when you're just using the Versamark. I'm trying to line this up on here so that hopefully it's straight. Perfect. Oh wait, I think I had stuff on the inside. All right, and this time I'm just gonna flag the end by cutting it. And there's lots of ways to flag your ends here. We do have some punches that do it, but I guess because I've just been doing this for so long, I tend to just do it like that. All right, so let's get a couple of dimensionals on this. And I'm now noticing that I did have some of the gems that go with this. Let me see if on the other card. So these are the gems that go with this set. They're called Iridescent Rhinestones. And they are beautiful. And they pretty much go with everything. So it's pretty easy to use these. I've been finding. Okay, there's 3 different sizes. Let's use the medium size this time around. So pretty. Who doesn't like a little bling bling when you're making a Valentine's Day card? And I don't think I showed you the inside, but there is something on the inside on this one. What we're going to do is, oops, I need my piercing mat back again. This one says, love you. These are like conversation hearts. And then what I'm going to do with this other one that goes inside is I'm actually going to stamp it off first because I don't want it to be that dark. Cute, huh? And then we could put, like I did in the other one, a couple more little hearts. We have 2 more of these little baby hearts left. So we might as well use them inside, I thought. And just a little bit more of that glue. Is that not the cutest? So now we have these 2 just really cute Valentine's Day cards that we made today. So hopefully it got you guys inspired because we're only, I think, like 3 weeks away from Valentine's Day. So what do you think? Pretty cute, huh? I think I need a little more smushing on that edge right there. Doesn't not want to stay down, but sometimes when that does that, I'll just stick them underneath some books overnight, and then, or stamp sets or whatever I happen to have around, and that seems to be enough to kind of get it to behave. So let me put you up for a second here. Oops. And we can say goodbye till next Monday. I think I'll be using a different set since I've had a couple weeks of making Valentines. So on to something a little bit different. And take care till next Monday, and happy stamping. Bye.